Protesting in pro sports is nothing new. Let's jump all the way back to the 1906 Olympic Summer Games, where Irish long jumper Peter O'Connor refused to support the raising of the Union Jack after winning silver. He actually ran from the medal podium, climbed up the flagpole, and waved an Irish standard. In 1967, Muhammad Ali maintained his right to not be inducted into the U.S. Army on religious grounds. He also vehemently opposed the Vietnam War. He was stripped of his title and banned from boxing. In the 1968 Olympic Summer Games in Mexico, Americans Tommie Smith and John Carlos raised their black-gloved fists during the Star-Spangled Banner. Then basketball legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar started using his fame to confront racial injustice. He began as a college player, continued over the course of his 20-season NBA career, and maintains his activism today. In 1975, Curt Flood stood up against baseball's culture of indentured servitude, and he refused to be traded. His protests helped create free agency by eliminating the so-called reserve clause. Then there are the 1980 Summer Olympic Games in Moscow. The United States led a boycott to protest the 1979 Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. 65 total nations refused to participate in those games. Former Chicago Bulls player Craig Hodges put President George H.W. Bush on the spot. He showed up at the White House in a dashiki and handed the president a letter of grievance on behalf of the African American community. He also criticized teammate Michael Jordan for bailing out on his political responsibilities. Baseball player Carlos Delgado refused to stand for the playing of God Bless America in 2004 in protest of America's foreign wars. In 2012, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and their teammates wore gray hoodies in support of Trayvon Martin. In 2014, Chicago Bulls player Derrick Rose wore an I Can't Breathe t-shirt before a game. That was in reference to the death of Eric Gardner, who died from a chokehold during an arrest. Minnesota Vikings punter Chris Kluwe took a stand in favor of same-sex marriage. The U.S. women's soccer team threatened to skip the Olympics, filing a wage discrimination suit and demanding equal pay and the same kind of support the U.S. men's team receives. Now, quarterback Colin Kaepernick and others are getting heat for taking a stand and kneeling during the national anthem.